Hello, my dear fellow EO members in Europe. My name is Wendy van Ierschot and I'm your regional chair. You almost always see me with these glasses and outside always with a hat. And that is because I'm visually impaired. Just a week before my first forum meeting, I woke up in the morning and I realized something was not good with my right eye. There was some distortion in it, but I didn't really took it seriously. I thought, okay, there might be a virus or something else. I'm busy. This is not my thing to look into. It will be over in a few days. But after a few days, it wasn't over, and I rang my doctor, and he said I could come tomorrow. But then I had an important client meeting, so I said I can't tomorrow. And then we decided to go to the doctor on Monday morning after the weekend. That was one of the stupidest decisions I made in my entire life, because it appeared I had a retinal detachment and you need to be operated within 24 hours to have no real damage from that. So on that Monday morning, I heard I had to go to the hospital and that it was very hard to save the eyesight in this eye. I have a laughing mirror view on this eye, and it's also a little bit moving. 2 years later, I got the same at the other eye, and that really made me visually impaired. I'm telling you this story because of my forum and because of my experiences in EO. I realized that it helped me to figure out how to face this new reality in my life. It was super hard, I must say. I am a woman with a lot of energy. I loved working at night. I loved to work hard, play hard, and then suddenly I was confronted with an eyesight that didn't work like that. So in the nights I cannot work because my eye is like this and I cannot read most of the time. Sometimes it's going good, but if I'm too busy, if I'm too late at night up, if I sleep too less, it has a direct impact on how my visual experience is. And I must say that it was very hard because I didn't recognize myself, my character, my identity was not in line with my new reality. And EO really helped me with these forum updates, with talking with other entrepreneurs, how to reorganize my company in a way that I still could stay on as a leader, but wasn't confronted all the time with my disability. And as a regional chair, I think one of the things that I really would love to organize and to work on, based on all the work that is already being done by the people that were leaders before me, I realized that I have a super luxury position because so much work already have been done and so much leaders before me were so good in making the foundation and the position we have as European region at the moment already so good. So that I now can focus on real transformational growth, on thriving chapters, on making every experience for every O member better, so that you, without being forced going through a visual impairment, can experience this transformational growth. Because I must say, because this limitation I got, I also was forced to reinvent myself, to learn like a riverbed that suddenly becomes small. It makes the stream of water going fast, and you need to accelerate to go through this hard period. And I believe that in EO we can together organize events where we also force ourselves to change, to become better, to realize more our potential, and also to align more and more our inner strength with what we do in the outer world. And certainly in this time of leadership where it seems that the force and the power of the strongest is on the winning hand, I believe if we want to make the world for everyone a little bit better, we need to use our intelligence to work together, to cooperate, to reach our potential, not by forcing others to become small so that I can become big, but because of the way we worked always together to survive. And in the upcoming year, I hope you will experience that from the region you get support for the local chapters to thrive, and that you feel the invitation to join international events, because I think EO's real strength is in the fact that we are an international organization. And that's why I want to highlight the upcoming event in Krakow in October. It's the ideal moment to meet other fellow regional members in Europe, and also there will be a lot of global members that are from outside our region also coming to Krakow at Unlimited, and to learn and grow there again together. Before Unlimited we have ELC, that is the European Leadership Conference. That's where we together with all the local boards work together, making EO a better society for you again to experience your transformational growth, your chapter events, to make the membership and everything you experience as a member value to make that even stronger and better every year again and again. So I hope to see you there. I love to meet other fellow EO members. Our instant intimacy is one of the things that helped me in the hard times to open up and to speak about what is a struggle for me and to learn how other people face that. And I'm super happy if you have any limitations to talk to you about how I think at the moment really found a way how to navigate through that. And I'm really sorry that sometimes you cannot see my eyes. I know it looks a little bit weird. It gave me a lot of shame in the first years, and now I'm super happy that for myself I don't feel that anymore. I don't feel any shame. And I'm absolutely super happy about that. And that was a real transformational experience, actually, to understand how shame works and how that also disappears again if you're years further down the road. So thank you for allowing me to be your regional chair, and I hope to meet you soon.